All right, we're starting. Hello, everybody. It's your girl, dazzledattarot, and I'm back with another special, very special tarot reading. And it's going to be with Miss Silvia Vision. Hello. How are you?
Good. I'm excited. What's going on with Ukraine?
Oh, God. Okay, so first of all, they have basically, Russia has now taken over Constantinople. Am I right?
They're taking over. They did. Yeah.
Yeah, they took Constantinople and they took the nuclear plant there, right? It's a nuclear plant.
Right. Apparently, I don't know if it's true. This could be hearsay, but some soldiers are dead already. It's really a big deal. And I, I'm getting to know more about Dazzle, and we follow this one person online. She's a very gifted and political reader, and basically, she said that Putin's mad, and not only mad, he's not all right in the head, which we knew already, but like more mad than usual because this is so random. Why would he just start at this time, So
yeah.
So
this is going to be an interesting reading. I don't really read on political issues, but this is something that might just be World War III, and that's what we want to know. So, the first question, because we're getting right into it, so let's go ahead and say this is all for entertainment purposes and allege it into modern science and come up with a mathematical equation that the spirit will exist and everything that we're saying is valid, right? So,
we're just two crazy ladies speaking. That's all.
Basically, two crazy ladies. But pretty much, let's start with this because they have taken control over one part of the country. Are they going to? Will Russia be able to take control of the whole Ukraine?
Okay.
And I'm going to use a new tarot deck called the Angel Wisdom Tarot. So this is kind of different for me.
Look what fell out. The 5 of Wands.
Oh, shoot.
What's it starting? This is basically like a card of like people fighting. This is starting SHIT. Unnecessarily.
Oh. The 5 of Wands. Again, I got that too.
You got it too? What's the chance?
Yeah. So the conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people. And it's in a reverse. And I do read reversals. And I don't know if these cards are supposed to be read in a reverse. But because I got them like that, I have to intuitively pick up what that means. So that means that fighting, I don't think that they're going to take over the whole Ukraine.
I think they just want to create fear because this card came out.
But there's still going to be tensions. I feel like
that's for sure.
With the wheel in the reverse, things are going to get bad before they get better. This is bad karma with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And the Knight of, what is this? Pentacles. Loyal dedication, protective, apprehensive plan, carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing, a guardian angel, or someone who watches over you. Okay, so do you think slowly but surely, because that's what the Knight of Pentacles do, slowly but surely an offer comes in? So is it like slowly but surely help comes in for the Ukraine?
Oh, they're already on it. The USA and the Ally, they're already on it. They're already like creating all these restrictions for Russia for going through with it. I mean, it's not the Russian people, Putin and the crazy, the government, but they're already doing that. If you go on POTUS or on Instagram, they showed already all the restrictions because Putin went through with it. What USA, it's like they blocked their money in the bank. I mean, so many different things.
So
And
I got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse as well.
oh, what that means?
I think because this is someone who's money motivated in the reverse. It's all about money.
Oh,
So if I just got the Knight on one end, that's about stability, security, and wealth. Do you think that what's going to stop him is going to be more so about money?
well, yeah, because
Like, what if they stop his money? Because I know that Putin has a lot of money. So if they're giving sanctions, aren't they cutting his financial, you know, thing off? Like, I'm trying to say it the right way. Are they cutting his stuff off? The Nine of Cups, that's trophies, that's accomplishments, that's
the gas
okay.
card.
Yes. So I feel like they're going to be cutting his money off. And I think that's going to be something. And if you're cutting money off, I don't believe people are going to want to deal with you as much. You see what I'm saying? Or like whoever you think is going to back you is going to be friends with you and things like that. So you won't feel like too much of a threat. You know what? I got this Queen of Wands in the back.
10 of Wands.
No, I got the Queen of Wands in the back.
Okay.
You know, these are ambitious people. So this is an ambitious move. Like, I wonder if, because they tried to say it was because Ukraine wanted to join NATO. But as you can see, they're having a full-on invasion. So an invasion is planned. So it's not really because the Ukraine wanted to or didn't want to join NATO. And then not only that, the Ukraine said that they wasn't going to. They changed their mind. They said it was a dream for them, but they're not going to do it. So, and then you still invade them. So that means that you just wanted to invade them anyway, right?
Yeah, he was planning to anyway. He's just not he's not, I think what happened, I mean, let's get to it. There's no proof, I can't prove it, but apparently if you go with some intuitive, Putin was working with like maybe potentially Trump and them. And it hasn't worked out the way it has. Okay. So now this guy is trying to find plan B, you know. Obviously there was maybe if it's true that there were like some dictators trying, you know, and Trump wannabe who trying to create like a group of dictators and try to control the world. But the plan didn't happen because as I shared with Dazzle before, the light always wins. But it doesn't mean the dark won't keep trying. I mean, you got Trump and you got Giuliani and Pompeo and some of his cronies saying, oh, Putin it's genius. Doesn't that sound a little weird?
Yes, that sounds weird. Very weird and very crazy. So I want to know.
I'm gonna ask like why Putin doing this exactly?
So what is Putin doing this for? He tried to say it was in defense, and you know the people of Ukraine are like, I mean, his people was being abused in some type of way, and basically they were trying to say that there were Nazis in the Ukraine.
I got the Page of Coin, 7 of Sword, the Devil, and the Ace of Sword. He's trying to have control. You know, he's just being a sneaky bugger, and I think he's just trying to have control. He probably losing control.
Okay, so he might have had a grudge.
Oh,
because I have like release, right? That's endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back, spiritual transformation in the reverse. I feel like There's a grudge. Justice.
Against
Okay.
who?
Be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. Try to see all sides of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. So how he feels based on the grudge, he thinks this is God-given right to do so. He thinks he's in the right. So what grudge would he be having against the Ukraine? Then this isn't even okay. This is funny because this one doesn't even have a name.
I think he's not making money off of. He's not making money off of Ukraine. Like he, Russia needs to. I'm getting a lot of it. It's just he trying to come off as a bad guy. You know what I mean? Because remember, a lot of their plan, like if it is what I say, like he would try and like work with Trump and things like that. It didn't work out. So now they have like plan B, and they're trying to create a lot of different, because it makes no sense. You know how big Russia is? Russia is like the size of USA, like 3 of them. And then you got Ukraine, which is a small little tiny country. And I think that was part of Russia before USSR. It was like that in Czechoslovakia. So he wants to go back to the old days. But why is he creating all this?
To me,
he's just being a douchebag, So
yeah, and to me, I just kind of pick up that I feel like for him, I feel like invading Ukraine, because overall I got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So it was something that bothered him about the Ukraine. And then with this, like, this page
Linda G said that he's mad. So you're right about that.
Yeah, he's mad. But I feel like with the Page of Cups bring messages. You know what I'm saying? It has evidence of some messages.
Right.
So, and I can say immature messages. Whatever, but it's like, I feel like, what would you call it? Like intel? So with intel, like with, the network of spies, whatever, could it really be, I'm going to just ask, could it really be like, if you have a grudge, could it really be like they felt like they were weak at the moment, so they wanted to do it?
Yeah. That's the ego. The ego will like make you do stupid things like that. He's so used to being in power for so long. He's losing his power. He's also very ill. I don't know. It's hearsay, but he had Parkinson and different things. I think you're picking up that vibe correctly.
And then I got like the Chariot in the reverse. So really, I feel like he got some information where as though he felt like it was like a perfect chance to strike, but he always had a problem with them anyway. So he felt like in his head it was the right thing to do. So I'm saying that because I'm saying, yeah, he's mad, but he just took an opportunity. That's how I'm getting with that. And like, I feel like it's already like past little, like, okay, when they said that he said it was Nazis there, is there anybody in his family that's Jewish?
He's married to.
Like, because why else would he be having a grudge and everything? Like, what would be the grudge that you have against the Ukraine?
Here it is. Money. The 5 of Swords. Just being the ego bickering.
You know what happened? He was working towards,
what?
I think he was working towards something with the Ukraine that didn't go as planned as he wanted to, and it's about money, but it didn't go as planned. Like he had a plan and it didn't work. So now he's mad. So what was he working towards as far as financially in the Ukraine? Was he trying to put them in the fold, or was he trying to like? Because I kind of feel like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go and basically depose the president in the Ukraine or something, and put like a puppet leader in there that's pro-Russian?
The three of coin is like a teamwork thing. He probably because they're not complying to him, and and he wants again, ego is not logical. You know what I mean? I mean, the devil card keeps popping out.
Yeah,
and also, I mean, again,
the hangman in the reverse, being stubborn.
He try and get like his energy back. He try and go back to his glory. He had plans, the past few years. I mean, there's been a lot of Ukraine news stuff, especially when we had President Trump in, and they're probably all related somehow. All that had failed. And so it's like, again, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that plan B. What is plan B? Plan A, you know what I mean? Like, also, you got to remember, Russia's also hacking. This is a known thing. Like, he's hacking, he's attacking in the U.S. and around the world. I mean, this guy is not a small potato. He had ideas about certain things.
Yeah. Yes. And
so I agree. I think it's a power thing too, as well as you saying the grudge. He just pissed because his stuff is not working.
Yeah, because they wouldn't bend. Because that's a what is that? That's a nation. What is that? Like, it's kind of like if they have a president, that means it's kind of like a nation like the U.S., right? In a way. So for these people who love their country, they don't want to be in the fold with Putin. So he's trying to make them. And I got this too. Like, what's the reason? Is he trying to, like, you know what? You think about a dictator, right? You got people, you're trying to conquer different people around you to be like a mega power, a mega superpower, like kind of like if Alexander the Great was on like a what is that? When they go to different countries and like basically turn their countries into put them into the fold, basically conquering different territories. So what if he wanted to do that? Like expand Russia or expand its influence?
Well, remember, I don't know if you remember, like, I think what's called the G8 summit or the G7 summit. A lot of the country they banned him from it. It's some kind of, like, so he doesn't have a good.
Because this looks like trophies.
Yeah.
So does he want to take it? Like, you want to take the resources, take the wealth of the country, take the country, different countries. But because it's 9, right? So is it different territories? It's not just the Ukraine.
You're right. He wanted expansion. The coin is also like could be expansion, more power to other land. Like the old Soviet Union had more land and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see. Is it going to be successful? You want to ask?
Because I feel like when it comes to him taking the whole Ukraine, I feel like there's going to be an issue because I feel like NATO will hit him where it hurts. Like, because they're already giving like sanctions that's not that bad. But then I feel like the sanctions might get worse. You see what I'm saying? And
this might be the end of him, the judgment call. Like I said,
Yes.
when he's successful, I mean, he disappointment. I'm not sure how this would apply. How would this apply? First, you have the judgment card. Then you have the Six of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Magician. How would that work with the judgment card? I think it's not. This is really very like. This might be a bigger deal than we think. Not just about some.
Oh yeah, because we dealing with a tyrant right here, this Emperor in the reverse. Come on. Okay, so I feel like because I'm asking, is he going to be successful? You know, the Eight of Pentacles comes up again. He's really working at something he really wants to do. But then the Queen of Wands come up in the reverse. This talks about somebody, a strong-willed person who basically might just be in the wrong, and he's in the wrong, but is going to fight this fight anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I call it a bitch card. It's like a big bitch card to me. But I feel like they're going to take this position to make it hard for everybody else. So he's trying to really do that, even though he's in the wrong, right? He know he's wrong. First of all, then you got like the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a loss of money for me. Or like, because the Nine of Pentacles talks about somebody who has money, who has stability, who's, you know, not dependent on nobody. I think it's going to be an issue with that. And then with the Star card in the reverse, I don't think he's going to get his wish.
No, It says it right there. I see it. That's why he got the Judgment card.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge mess. That's like huge because he's been around for a long time. I don't think he's going to last. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, if the back of this has the Emperor in the reverse, and when I move this card, it's this Nine of Swords in the reverse. It's overthinking, over anxiety that's causing this Emperor to act like a tyrant.
It looks like he's losing his position.
Basically, I feel like he is. But I think that this isn't going to. But what about the U.S. though? Because everybody's like, "Oh, we're going to go into war." Like, will Biden take us into a war?
You want to see how it affects the USA?
Yeah, are we going to get into like a war? Are we going to get into a conflict? Are we going to have to like?
I don't know what they mean, but that's a tower. That's something major. I hope it's not. I need details on that. Hold on.
Well, we're going to do airstrikes.
Oh, maybe. Oh, wait. Let's get in details. Hold on.
America go into a war. Or strike back. 1, 2, 3. Because Putin was like, if any other country get into this, he was this serious. Oh, America's going to have to make a decision.
America always does, huh? Most of the time.
Yeah, you know
what?
Okay, so I got the Two of Swords in the reverse. They got to make a decision, and it's going to be a clear decision. But I feel like with the Two of Swords in itself, it has like sea behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like it's going to be on some American land. We're going to fight a war type of stuff.
Right.
So maybe it's overseas.
Right. You said air.
Yeah. So if you see this, don't it kind of look like what is those striker jets and stuff?
I know
like,
you mean.
Because those swords go way up. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it look like fighter jets.
Look like a sniper. I wonder if he's going to get sniped.
So then you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups really kind of look like Constantinople, right? It looks like one of those Ukrainian cities.
It looked like it, right?
So then you have the Queen of Pentacles. It talks about like a stable woman, a solid. But look, I'm just gonna look at the visuals because it makes more sense if I look at that. She has a coin, right, and she's holding it like it's her baby, right? She's
Mm-hmm.
nurturing. So if I'm looking at this, I feel like America would have to defend the Ukraine. If that means going overseas and doing stuff, or you know what I'm saying, like shooting down jets or whatever it is, they're going to try to defend them. I feel that way.
I think I don't know if you know, but there was like an agreement between Ukraine and US that Ukraine had to give up their nuclear, and in return that if they ever have trouble that they would help them. So that by agreement the US had that anyway.
Because you have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. They're going to have to free somebody. Who do you think they're going to lock up? Because this is a
I got that
bonding.
too. I got that too.
They're going to have to free somebody. I feel like with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse,
You're right. I think it's going to be overseas. It's not going to be in the U.S. because you got the Six of Swords. It's like an overseas kind of vibe.
Yeah, and then I even got the Eight of Wands as the outcome. And you know, the Eight of Wands is traveling overseas. Quick reaction. I think with this Six of Pentacles in the reverse, this is what? Taking money off the table, right?
Mm.
And selfish behaviors. So I don't know if it's Putin being selfish. I mean, of course, he is trying to take a whole country that is selfish. But if it's taking opportunity, I think they're going to try to take resources. Like, because you know how this person's giving resources. It's not. It don't just look like money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it's in the reverse, this is pulling back opportunities, money, resources, stability, whatever it is. Because of selfish behavior. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you another question.
Okay.
They're born in cities, though.
Say
So
what? Yeah, they're bombing the city.
if they took over a nuclear place and they're bombing cities, are they depriving people from like resources in Ukraine?
Okay, that's a good question.
Okay, because the obstacle is this King of Cups in reverse, this manipulator, this.
Oh, that would explain the money thing that you were saying. Yeah, the six, the reverse of six of coin. There's no exchange. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like they're going to have to make up their mind. They're going to have to help Ukraine. Period. If that means air, that means whatever, they're going to have to. And I think they got to release somebody or release Ukrainian people, or whatever the case may be. They're going to have to stop. With this death card in the reverse, I just showed up. The death card is no transition. Or maybe that's the ending of somebody, period. Because why? Okay, okay. This is funny to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the Modern Witches Tarot, and after I seen that, I can never unsee it. The King of Cups is dead on the death card in the Modern Witches Tarot. So now every time I read tarot, when I see the death card beside the King of Cups in the reverse, or just beside the King of Cups, I feel like there's a transition to this King of Cups going on. They're gonna have to go in and do something, and it's gonna have to be like removing him. Period.
It might be the end of Putin. I'm literally. I mean, we'll find out. That's why I got the judgment. Like, it may literally be. You might be picking that up because.
And then you have the Hierophant that's on the death card, and the Hierophant in the reverse. It talks about being inappropriate. If it's judgment, if it's in the court of law, or what, don't they have like a higher court, like war court?
Yeah, you mean like humanity, what they call it when like they do when the leader go too crazy, they take care of them. Like that remember they did that with the Middle Eastern, Gaddafi and those leaders, like after a while they're like you're too much, and then they were taken out.
See, and that's in the reverse too. So if it's in the reverse, because I'm thinking of it like that, that means that it doesn't go in your favor.
So yeah, he may I mean, I don't know, we'll find out, but he may be taken out. We don't know.
I'm kind of feeling like if it's not going to be like direct, it's going to be
what?
They're going to be one of the people that say, sign this death warrant, let's get it. Basically.
Well,
that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like America isn't playing with Putin.
Like taking down the bully,
And if they're going to take him out, they're going to take him out. And I think they are. But it's not just him. It's not just America. Because NATO is more than just America and the Ukraine.
It could be his people. Who knows? But
I feel like they're going to be involved with it. I wonder who would take out Putin. That's in the last one because that's 32 minutes in. So
you want to ask?
So far, we covered. He's not going to be successful with the whole Ukraine, and
no, that's for sure.
He's doing it based on some ego, grudgy type stuff, and he's just mad. And Russia is going to step in.
Who's going to end
in some type of way?
Who's going to end Putin craziness?
Okay, let's see.
Who or what? Let's say.
What's going to happen?
I got this, the Four Sword, which we know what that means.
That's a death card. So who's going to end Putin in his craziness? Okay, let's see. Who's going to end this? I think it's his people.
Yeah. Because they're going to probably be fed up with him.
Okay, so do I want to put one more? Oh, no. Okay. So what I got it's funny because the first three cards I got is now put up, right? And I've shuffled it, but I feel like this makes sense. And I feel like with the Six of Pentacles upright, that's why I'm like, it might be his people. Because that's him, but that's his people, right?
They're probably like, all right, now you gone really, enough.
And the Death card and this King of Cups.
Wow.
So I feel like again. But when I'm saying it's his people, you have like a woman and children and everything else that's sitting here and mourning over this king. But when I see it like this, it was two people right here and two people right here. I feel like it's going to be his people. I feel like I said, I just talked about the King of Cups being too close to the Death card. It's going to be the people that he didn't feed.
Right, because it could be his own people, like within his.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's giving more to one without and not giving the other.
Wow.
And then it's the Fool card. Someone taking a risk and not thinking things through. Then it's the Oppression card, the feeling burdened, overburdened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's so funny because now that we're looking at this deck, everything looks like Ukraine, Russia, that type of landscape, those type of people. This is needing to work away from a situation that doesn't serve you, but don't do it because you're finding value in it, right beside the Devil card.
Yeah, I got the Devil card.
So really, he's going to be taxing. It's going to be taxing on his people, and this people feels bound because they're Russians, right?
Yeah, dictator country.
Yeah, so it's like they're going to decide. And then here's the funny part to me also, because I'm just reading, I'm looking, and you got the Two of Swords again in the reverse, and it's right beside the ball and chain to this Devil card. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So
it goes with us. I heard on the news something about, but this is hearsay. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember where it's from. That one of his people were trying to talk to Putin, but they were like, this guy is like, you can't talk to him, like something's wrong with him, that kind of thing.
Well, I'm seeing, okay, because it's two people. Two people on there, two people on this card, and two people on that card. Then the last card is this two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's two things that I find funny about this, and I said two, right? So one thing I find funny is, February 22nd, 2022, and stuff like that. Like the twos mean a lot, right? But I feel like maybe there's two people who's more tired than him, I mean, more upset at him than he realized.
It should be, right?
So maybe I feel like if that's going to be done, there's two people that's going to plot to do it.
Look what came out.
Yeah, so.
And the Judgment card. Oh, wait, can't see it.
And I got the Judgment in the reverse behind this deck when I pulled for them.
And you said that he might be not expecting it. Look at him. He's looking at something else.
Mm-hmm.
Something. He's not going to expect what if they sabotage him.
Yeah.
We are living in a time, even though we have crazy leaders and stuff like that a dictator will rule, but to a certain point. It's not like before. I mean, I remember growing up with the Middle East guys, and they end up getting killed eventually. Like Saddam Hussein and Gaddafi, and so it's just that time. Like they could only go so far. They could be a bully, but after a while, it's like too much.
Yeah. With this page of cups that showed up right here, this just summing up all these three cards right here. This is the rose-colored glasses. I'm putting my head in the sand and I'm not seeing what I'm seeing type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the beginning of the end, this will be a beginning of an end because you don't want to see it that way, but it is that way.
Well, that's why you got the judgment. And also, what I'm getting from that judgment is that's going to create a whole new energy in such a big way. Not just because the obvious, but it's just, I don't know. It's just like I feel more, because we've been feeling very divided. I mean, this is nothing new as far as like wars and stuff like that, but especially the past few years, the energy's been very divisive, especially in the USA. But I feel like collectively, that energy of let's try work together, even with, our differences are coming back. And this ending of Putin or this ending of this bully, it's gonna bring a lot of, I don't know, shift of energy. Don't you agree? Like
Yeah.
that's the sense I get. That's not even from the card. It's like a huge thing.
Cause you know what's crazy? Yeah, cause to be honest though, to me I feel like you said, I feel like it's the shifting of things. So I mean, we are in the age of Aquarius though.
But you said it, right? Didn't you say the wheel? You saw the wheel in the beginning?
Yes. This is karmic, or it's going to change a lot of stuff. And I feel like if we're in the age of Aquarius and we're consciously shifting, then we don't need a Putin around.
No.
So
like even the leaders are like, even the bad leaders like, okay, we like being bad, but you're really too bad. You know what I mean? Like they're bad and they're really bad. They're like, that's enough. We gotta.
you know what though? I feel like, because the way I just pulled out these cards and I put them on top of these, like I feel like it's definitely gonna be something about his own people. Because if I get the Hanged Man in the reverse, and I'm looking down at the Ten of Wands, and then I'm looking up at the Six of Pentacles, you know what I really feel? I feel like his own people feel betrayed by him. His own people feel like they're going to suffer for what he's doing.
Yeah, because he don't speak for the Russian people. Even like with our leader, even though they always speak for us, they don't speak for us.
Mm-hmm.
I remember growing up thinking Russian were bad people, but it's not the Russian. It's just
The leadership.
The leadership, and
And
so
then the fact that he's not walking away from something that he should be walking away from, he don't have to do what he's doing. That's why there is going to be a transformation. It is going to be a death.
it's huge.
And it's all going to be because he's the King of Pentacles in the reverse. That's somebody who bets wrong, make bad investments.
Because you know how it is. Like when you see the death card, I mean, these are the major arcana, and you see like the judgment. It does mean like something more, but then sometimes you look at the same card and you feel it in your body. So when I saw that judgment card came, I was like, oh, I felt that. It wasn't just like an end of something or, like whatever it's like, ooh, that kind of feeling.
Like he's going to bring instability to Russia.
He is.
So with this King of Cups over top of this devil energy, and then hold on, I kind of feel like, what's funny?
People are tired. They want like a new beginning. They're tired of all this.
Yes.
They want freedom. They're close to freedom than they have for so long. I mean, before Putin, it was really bad, and then Putin is still bad, but it's not as bad as it was before. Then
you got this Queen of Swords right here. Like, to be honest with you, if I'm reading it just to read it,
right,
and I'm just looking at pictures. Remember, I kept saying like this was beside this,
right?
You have swords that's too close to chains being broken. Like breaking chains.
Oh, okay.
So if this is that devil energy, right beside all these swords that's pointing downward and pointing towards chains, I feel like what he's doing he's thinking he's helping, but it really isn't helping. All types of stuff. But what he's really doing is he's helping them free themselves. Because they're going to free themselves of him. So that's why I feel like it's the beginning of the end. Because you got this right here. You got the Fool card right here with this Page of Cups in the reverse. And then you got right here, you got this Two of Swords in the reverse. I kind of feel like, yeah, they're going to have to, like, he unknowingly don't know that. And basically it's like, I mean, you don't want to see it that way, but the real thing is they're going to make a decision to take a risk about you.
Right, because they want the new Russia. They want, this is like the Russia card, the Empress. And then you have the Force.
It's going to be a collab, okay? Because Eight of Wands upright talks about working together, quick action, quick communication, things shifting, everything just coming down real quick.
Which is happening already. It's already happening like that. Yeah.
So what's the last thing? That's about it? Or do you want to ask for
good? I think we checked on why he was doing it, what's going to end up happening to him, how it's going to be for the U.S. It's going to be more overseas. And we got to pray. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I think things will get worse before they get better. I mean,
of course, because people right now, already got some deaths and stuff like that. So you want to see if it's a quick thing or it's going to last a while?
Is this situation going to be, how long is this situation going to last? Is this, that one to come out. Look. Okay, let's see. I can look at this and think, I can think seasons to years.
You got the same thing I did, the 7 of coins.
I got the 8 of coins.
You got the 8. Oh, okay. So that's like time, a little bit of time. It's going to be a little bit.
So that's like what? If I was to think winter, right? Winter will be what? That's the 7th to 8th week of winter. That's a whole year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
you think that long?
I think it's going to be a year.
Wow.
But it could be a year at the extreme, because Pentacles are years.
Right.
As well. Their winter is winter and it's years. But it's going to conflict.
Well, I got with time. I'm not like you that could tell, the timing of things, but it's not going to be.
3 of Swords. It's going to be fighting, and it's going to be heartbreak.
Yeah.
Separation, distance. So it's going to be a minute.
Right. I don't think it'll be like forever, but it's not going to be that quick. I thought it's going to be quicker than
disappointments in the back, grief.
Why is there going to be a delay? Let's find out why it's not as quick as we think.
Why is it not as quick as we think?
I think it had to do with you have to, there's going to have to be constant negotiation and agreement.
Disruption. That's 10 months right there. Feeling unfulfilled, emotional unfulfillment, that can be like 10 months.
I'm surprised though, with a year. I mean, that's a long time.
Oh yeah. Why? Because people got to get upset enough to kill somebody. Okay.
That's true. Right. They're
gonna have to feel the tearing apart of families and stuff like that.
Right. To put out a leader, especially a powerful one like Putin, It would have to be like that, yeah.
They're gonna have to fill it.
But you know what I got? Even
And
though
then they're
that might
making
be
decisions.
what?
They got to make decisions. There's a lot of confusion going on in the media. What's going on? What's what? They have to make some decisions. So maybe 7 months.
You know, he does have a lot of connections, so they have to consider all that avenue too.
Yeah, he's gonna have to lose. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to find a way to get him out of money. They're gonna have to find a way to take away his money or take away his power or something like that. If you see it, the Four of Pentacles in
You know
reverse.
why? Think about it. He has so much probably backup, like cyber war and stuff. Like if anything happened to me, then I'm gonna cut all your system out and stuff. So it's probably like a lot of that stuff going on.
Yeah.
Not dumb. He's not gonna just start a war. He's gonna have like backup and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but you know this card right here, this Five of Pentacles that's in the back, in the reverse. I feel like, because you know the Five of Pentacles in the reverse don't mean that you're coming up financially. Sometimes, depending on how the spread goes, it kind of means that you're going to go into a depression. So his people is going to have to suffer a little bit. That's how I kind of feel. Do you feel like that? They're going to have to feel like they're suffering.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So that's what I'm getting for that. But it's been a good reading though. I like reading with you. So.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm getting what would be quicker is all the, like restriction. What's gonna take longer is, like you said, the ending of the power of Putin. And maybe that's why it's taking longer. Because I was a little surprised because we know that they could, go to part of Russia and knock it out. So this is huge because this guy's been in power for like a long time. So to end his kingdom, however that shows up, that's huge, But hopefully already they are doing a lot of things to make it hard for him. So that's a good thing. And hopefully, and it seems like the US will be okay. Although this is very upsetting to watch,
Yeah. Because if I'm right, Scorpio, this is just out the way. But the death card, is represented by Scorpio, right?
It could be, yeah. Scorpio because of yeah. Well, what are you thinking about that with the Scorpio?
Because I'm like, okay, you keep getting that. So, and I'm like a year. Okay, so Scorpios are like that around like the end of the year, right?
Right, December, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Scorpio then Sag or the Sag? No, it's a Scorpio, which is November, right? Something like that.
So November on to be important. November and after that it would be important. What's going on in November? What's going to happen? I just want to see because I'm just getting hunches. 1, 2, 3. They're going to start taking stuff away.
You know what Putin looked like, right? Like Joker on your shirt.
Yeah.
He's mad.
They're going to start taking stuff away. There's money coming off the table for Putin. They're going to start filling it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. This is over. Being over enthusiastic about something, like over expectation. But it also talks about you sign up for something, but don't know what you sign up for. And boom. But this is boredom. This is something unexpected happens, like you just picked up, not seeing something coming.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So, this is like so random. That's what's weird. To
And
me,
then,
I always feel like it's a plan B kind of thing. Like the plan A didn't work. Now he's doing plan B. That's what I'm getting.
Mhm. Oh, he got a friend of me.
Just one? Oh, you mean around his circle?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you got this musician in the reverse. Overall, this like trickster, manipulative conversations, blocked manifestations. You got the judgment in the reverse. And you got the high priestess in the reverse. So something's majorly going to happen with the moon card upright. And you know the moon card is a time frame card.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's some deceptive energy surrounding him. So I wonder, this is going to be a very interesting year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because they can't just get rid of him because he's already probably 3 steps ahead of them. So they
Yeah.
have to really handle this with caution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they don't want to get killed themselves. So they're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting year for him. A very, very interesting year. He was bold, but
But right now he looks like Joker.
Yes. Wanting to see the world burn just to watch it burn. Just light it all up. That's exactly what he's doing. But pray for Ukraine and hopefully things, turn around and there's not a lot of death and we can find a way to get out of this. So
we gotta see the whole world with a lot of life and more ease, more peace, more compassion. Absolutely.
yeah.
All
So
right.
you need to pray for Ukraine, y'all. But thank y'all so much for coming to this reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload new content and when I go live. Okay, so I love y'all for real.